Hi everyone! Today we have a bit of a mixed bag for you of some news and some bits and pieces we're going to talk you through. So
and an announcement.
And crikey, an announcement too. Keep watching. So, running order for this particular video is...
News first.
We've got some news.
Just general Volkswagen news. We've got something we're going to share with you which you might fancy.
Yeah, a little bit of a purchase, just a small one.
Just a small one.
Just a small one.
Then we're going to have a run through the California Surf configurator.
Surf.
Because that's quite good fun, I think.
Yeah.
And then the announcement is at the end. But it's not the van announcement.
No.
It doesn't mean you click away now.
No.
But it is another announcement which you might be excited about.
Yeah.
Right, so let's kick off then. News.
News.
So with few bits and bobs going on this week, isn't there? We've got Volkswagen talking about the T7 multivan California, which actually probably be the T7 California, which could be the first hybrid campervan mass production. I think it's 220 something horsepower, so it'd be the most powerful California ever made. If you haven't remapped yours.
Hold on to your cutlery.
Yeah, that could be quite good fun, couldn't it? And interestingly, we saw a multivan when we went to see the ID Buzz last year.
Just over a year ago,
and the floor's a little bit higher in it. It does have all the rails in and everything, like a caravel, moving your seats around and everything else. So it's got potential, but the floor was a little bit higher, which meant head height was a bit less. And nobody knows yet whether it's going to be kitchen fitted inside, like an ocean and a coast and a surf, or whether it's going to be and an SE,
more beach,
or whether it's going to be more beach-esque with a little fold-down thing inside, maybe like the beach camper,
or a pull-out at the back,
like slide-out type thing at the back, because they're quite cool as well.
I think the thing for me when we saw that T7, they've reverted back to kind of the T6 dashboard, which is brilliant.
If you haven't seen a multivan
so much
dashboard,
nicer.
If you've got a T6 at the moment, it'll look familiar. If you've got a 6.1, you'll be looking at that T7 going, I want that dashboard.
It's got some cubby holes and it's just nicer plastics and things that they've used as well for it. It's a far nicer place to be.
It's nice. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that when it comes through.
Yeah. Do we know any timings of that?
No.
Or is it just literally the T7?
If there is, I'll check. But if there is, I'll pop it on the screen.
Okay.
So the other things going on this week, Grand California hiccup. That was a big one. We noticed on Facebook, somebody went to order a Grand California and were told by Volkswagen, sorry, we're not taking any orders for those. And that was not a come back next week. That was a we're not taking any orders for those. And it's gone off the configurator. So that was all a little bit
worrying, isn't it?
Worrying. Yeah. So we reached out to our friendly dealer in Pool, Breeze, who have assured us, don't worry, you can still order a Grand. It's a technical issue with the website, the fact that it's disappeared. It did disappear off their ordering system for a couple of days, but it's back.
I suspect it's they put the surf on and maybe...
Are you going to blame IT? Do they need to turn it off and on again?
Well, maybe they need to turn it off and on again. Or maybe they can't figure out how to keep it in nice rows because it just ended up being a random singular one or something on the website. But
don't worry, if you are looking at a Grand... talk to your dealer, they should still be able to order one for you. Breeze certainly can. So I think that's all right. But don't be put off by the fact that you can't see it on the website anymore. That's
quite off-putting though, isn't it? If you're thinking of buying one that you can't even see what one looks like on the official Volkswagen website.
It's not uncommon though for the configurator to be a bit off whack compared to reality.
It is a bit clunky,
and it's converted from German as well. So if you've ever looked down
a bit Babel fish occasionally, isn't it?
Yeah. Trying to figure out what some of the options are from the description, you've got no idea. So just don't worry if you're looking at a Grand. Talk to your dealer, it should be okay. And the other bit of news was that obviously the Surf configurator is now live, which is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are going to have a bit of a run through that on this video because I think there's a sweet spot. And you've not really looked at it yet, have you? So we're going to do it together. I think there's a sweet spot of what a good Surf could be.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's load it up to the max. I think it's try and...
wind it back a bit.
Try and be restrained.
Make it into an ocean.
So when we go through that configuration in a second, I will explain why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because I think there's
that is
certain
helpful
things
for people.
Yeah. There's certain things which are nice, but I wouldn't buy because I'd do X, Y, Z instead.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'll go through that in a sec. Right. So something which
a little nugget
you might fancy.
Yeah.
And I've got a good friend to thank for this book. So thank you, Carol, for this.
What's it? Hand luggage only.
It's called Hand Luggage Only, and it is a fantastic book for people with vans because it's basically full of fantastic walks, coastal walks, places to visit, cities.
There's a chapter towards the back as well on drives. So, doing coast to coast and things like that, fabulous. Making a suggestion of where you should go. And it's
full, for anyone who wants a coffee table book with loads of pictures, a bit of inspiration, those kind of things. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what this does is it basically gives you a little tiny blurb for each place and what to go and do, what to see, and a little bit of a picture and things. So day out, walks. And if you've got a van and you're thinking, I just don't know where to go and I need some inspiration, tell you what, grab yourself a copy of this, because you can literally pick it up and go, actually, that looks really interesting. I quite fancy that. Not been there before. It'll tell you a little bit about it, tell you where to go, what to do. Fantastic. Brilliant book. So that's called Hand Luggage Only. I'll put a link in the description below. It's on Amazon if you want to buy it.
It's about £17,
something like that.
Not too bad at all.
Really nice just to have in the van or on a coffee table. So thank you, Carol, for that. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that would be useful when we have a van.
Yes, when we have a van. So I'm just going to set my laptop up and then we'll get into the surf configurator. So let's have a wander through this configurator together. So just on the Volkswagen Vans website, so configure your vehicle. It's not got a separate one like the beach, it's under California 6.1. So we go in here.
And then it's off the page.
It's off the page, so it's really obvious.
Helpful, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing to notice first of all, California Ocean starting price 72,980, California Surf 68.
So what was the difference there? 68 to
72.
Not massive. Well, 73, isn't it?
Not a massive difference.
About £5,000.
Not
just
a massive
shy of £5,000.
Right, let's configure one of these then. Okay, so it is a 150 DSG automatic gearbox as standard.
That's all you can have.
No other options.
Okay.
No other options. Two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive.
So it's a bit silly them saying choose your engine.
Choose your engine. It's the only one.
This one.
No two-tones on it.
Okay.
So you've got solid paint. So you've got obviously your candy red.
Is that the Ascot grey or the?
It's candy white or Ascot grey.
Yeah.
Nice. You've got metallic red, Indian grey. Oh, that's Fortana red, isn't it? Indian grey, Mojave beige, reflex silver, starlight blue.
Oh, click it.
Starlight blue.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he got it right.
And deep black pearl. So I think, and I'll obviously come to the options list in a minute, I think if you want a cool looking van, I would probably go Ascot grey because it's free.
Right.
But cool. And I might change the roof colour. The bellows.
Oh, as in the bellows. Okay.
Because
or you could go white with a sort of wrapping it if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's another good call. It is 324 quid if you go for white though, which feels like a bit of a cheek.
That's a rip.
Almost on principle, I wouldn't do it. But you're absolutely right though. If you maybe want two-tone, you could go candy white, get the two-tone done later if you wanted by just wrapping the bottom half. Could be an option, and again looks cool if you change the roof colour, but does limit you on what two-tone you might go for if you change the roof colour. But for the purposes of this, I'm trying to keep the cost as low as possible. So
let's go Ascot.
I think Ascot grey. Let's go for that. Standard interior. Not thinking of changing that particularly.
Okay.
I know obviously that comes a bit later. It's not in this list here, but let's do that.
Wheels.
Now wheels. It comes with 16-inch alloys, which let's be honest. Doesn't really set it off at its best, does it? Now, these Devonport wheels are 780 quid
as an upgrade.
If you look on Facebook or if Marketplace, or you look on any of the Cali forums or kind of generally look around, I've seen brand new sets of these go for about 400 quid, including tyres. And they're from people who have bought vans to convert, the van conversion companies. Or Cali's where people have upgraded them or whatever. Yeah. I wouldn't pay 780 quid to upgrade the wheels. because you can literally buy those, sell your old ones, and what you're going to get for the 16-inch wheels?
Keep them to stick some winter wheels on it, or winter tyres on it, or something.
Let's be honest, if you sold the old 16-inch alloys with brand new tyres on for 200 quid, you still only spent 200 quid.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a real bargain compared to 780. So
it's a bit of a rip-off from Volkswagen there,
if I was buying this from Volkswagen now, I would leave the standard wheels on it.
Okay.
Even though obviously I wouldn't, I'd change them. But plus it gives you the option to, if you wanted to go down the swamper route, black alloys, big tyres, all that kind of stuff, you could do. So standard wheels.
Okay.
And then we get into the main options. There you go.
Oh, this is the first look then of the light oak. No, mid oak they called it.
Mid oak. What do you reckon to that? A bit knotty.
I don't think the graphical representation is necessarily particularly great.
I don't know whether there's a... Oh, there you go.
Oh, that doesn't make it look brilliant.
That's your first time you've seen it, isn't it? If you've ordered a Surf...
I suspect...
It's a grower.
I suspect it looks nicer, actually.
The configurator's never brilliant,
like
is it?
when you actually see it in real life, rather than...
So yeah, it's a bit knotty.
It is very knotty, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what small oak trees they've used for that. It's not actually oak.
No. It's pine that they've coloured as oak.
So let's just have a wander down these then. So obviously it's got captain's chairs, that's armrests for both front seats, that's all fine as you would expect, swivel seats and all that sort of stuff. 3-zone climate, so if you've got the dog in the back or children in the back, the extra little control panel at the top to keep everything back. It comes with all of that, which is really good, because that's an option on a beach, which is expensive.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Auxiliary
Normal heater with the remote control to heat it up when it's on your drive or whatever. Yeah. That's really good.
Functional control unit.
That's just the funky touch panel at the top.
I wish it was just truly a functional control unit rather than the...
Yes.
You know, tried to make it lovely and touchscreeny and all that kind of stuff, but there we go.
Now, adaptive cruise.
Yeah.
If we were trying to keep this on an absolute bare bones, I probably wouldn't buy this, but...
Does it come with normal cruise?
Comes with normal cruise,
okay.
But 288 quid for adaptive cruise, it does make long journeys really quite easy.
It's the safety thing as well, isn't it, for this the emergency braking in city.
I think that's worth it. At 288 quid, you know, you're spending near on 70 grand. That's a nice option to have, so I think that's worth it.
I probably wouldn't bother with that lane assist then.
No.
I've left that.
No, I wouldn't bother with lane assist. So, DCC chassis control, it's only a 150 van, it's not a sports car. Yes, it's nice if you have it and it creates a bit more of a supple ride and things.
It's a lot of money though,
It's a lot of money. I don't think it's worth it. So Simon from Spacemate's got that on his Kelly.
Oh, is he?
The DCC, and he really loves it.
I'm sure it's lovely.
He does.
But it is 1,500 quid.
Well, he also does a massive amount of mileage in his, because he uses it as his normal travelling around van.
Yeah.
So I'd leave that. Now, awning. So you get an awning rail with tent adapter in black, but the only option on here for an awning is silver.
Oh.
So would you go for a silver awning? Because it's not black. And that's a bit of an oddity. Now, for me, having an awning on the side of a Calais is almost the way that you spot them. I mean, you can spot them for obviously the sliding door being on the driver's side as well.
But it's campervan, isn't it?
But it's kind of a quick way to check whether it's a Calais or not coming towards you. So, wouldn't you? It's a difficult one, especially with it being in silver. It might dictate your colour choice, because if you had a silver van, you could put a silver awning on. But if you've got...
If you went with a black van,
that might be a bit
you're probably not going to go with the silver awning. Might
so
stand out a bit.
I'm not sure on this. I'd probably leave that and then maybe see if I could do something later, which would end up being more expensive. But I think the fact that it's not black would bother me.
Okay.
So I'd probably leave that.
Then. Oh, they call it bright oak.
Oh, there you go then. So, outdoor shower. We've always loved the outdoor shower built into these cupboards, but this is 560 quid now.
Whew.
It's a lot of money.
It's literally
a
little adapter, isn't it, with a pump?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even probably a separate pump.
And by the time
you bought
the Brandrup pocket on top of that for another 90 odd quid.
It's probably £100 now, isn't it?
We've just bought a Mud Daddy. And it's only the little one, which you pump up, you fill it with water, pump it up, and then it's got like the brush on it to wash the dog down and everything else. How much was it? 35, 40 quid?
Something like that. plus a bit of postage.
I can't help but think that's probably a better answer these days. They weren't really there when we had our last Cali or the last couple of Calis, so we ordered this.
One anyway.
I'm not sure this is worth it for that money.
It's a lot
unfortunately.
Of money, isn't it? 560.
So buy a Mud Daddy instead. Leave that one. Fuel tank, 80 litres. Up to you, really. It's only 90 quid, but I probably wouldn't bother. Again, keeping
just to cry at the fuel pumps just a little harder.
Yeah. I'm one of those people who would rather fill up the van more often and have a smaller fuel tank so that the price that you get on the actual readout is less, rather than fill it up once in a blue moon because it's a bigger tank. Yeah, it's too scary these days. Enough. So I think I'd probably leave that off.
Yeah.
Increased starter battery, don't need that. No reason for that, really.
Isn't that so you can just basically charge your leisure battery?
But you charge it anyway.
We never used it, did we?
I just don't need it.
Okay. So you get your 70 litre fuel tank.
Yeah. Safe box.
Motorhome registration. Why on earth is that classed as an option? Yeah, but why even
it's because it's based on a 6.1, isn't it?
Yes, but why?
You said earlier these are all Babel fished, aren't they? Safe box. We've never had it in one of ours. You can add it later if you want to.
To me, if you've got your wardrobe full of stuff and crammed to the gunnels with all your clothes and everything, why on earth are you going to use a safe box down at the bottom to put anything in? Because it's just too much of a faff.
Never going to use it. Yeah, it's too much of a faff.
But each to their own, entirely up to you.
Standard suspension, cruise control, obviously got adaptive. We've selected front and rear parking sensors are standard, which is good. Yeah. Magnetic flashlight, £96. We had this on our first one.
It was nice. Yeah. 100 quid.
100 quid for a flashlight.
Just get a torch.
Yeah, head torch, something like that.
Yeah, just buy a torch.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Obviously it's got electric. So tow bar. I think the best option for this is probably to buy tow bar prep. Whether you want a tow bar or not, buy tow bar prep, because that gives you the wiring underneath the van tied up out the way, just in case you want a tow bar in the future. Because if you don't buy tow bar prep, the wiring for this, I've heard, is a nightmare.
I can imagine.
And we've had people, I've seen pictures of people pulling it through behind the kitchen and like underneath the van, because you've got to drill the bottom of the van to get the right cables through in the right place.
No, just buy the prep.
For 282 quid, buy the prep. And you can buy tow bars on eBay if you wanted to fit one yourself. Obviously torque the bolts up correctly, use the right bolts.
Yeah.
And you can buy adapters to plug into this loom underneath. And it's a lot cheaper than even paying the 800 quid for the tow bar from the factory. So obviously if you wanted a tow bar from the get-go, you could just buy a tow bar.
Do it, yeah.
Double glazed.
You just scroll past body coloured exterior mirror housing and various add-on parts.
Body coloured bumpers. Yeah. Okay, that's all standard.
I thought I saw a picture where it didn't have body coloured door mirrors and handles. So maybe that was a different.
It's an old picture, wasn't it?
Vehicle then.
That's definitely all colour coded.
Yeah. Okay.
Double glazing in rear seat area in privacy glass. Now, it's expensive at 400 quid.
It is nice though. It stops it all fogging up round the back, doesn't it, with the double glazing?
That's a good question though. It usually comes with double glazing anyway.
Oh, okay.
But this is the privacy glass.
This is just the privacy glass. That's very expensive.
It's expensive. Glass, some people prefer to get it done aftermarket. Some people like to have it factory. Personally, I like it factory because when you do it aftermarket, it's quite difficult to get it just perfect. And you're still going to pay for it aftermarket. It's probably not going to be 400 quid, but it's going to be something.
Yeah.
And at least this way, it's a factory fitted option. Your insurance might be a little bit easier and all that kind of stuff. So for the sake of it, and again, it gives you a bit of privacy in the van when you're eating and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So I think that's probably an essential. Mud flaps, up to you. We've can add them after.
I don't mind how they look on the front. It's how the ones on the rear look.
If I just tick them on here, it's the way that they kind of bolt round the bumper at the back, isn't it? They kind of just
hang.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Never been a massive fan.
It. Sorry.
Personal choice though.
Yep.
So we wouldn't put those on one. Power sliding door. Oh, it's a cost-conscious one, isn't it? 400 quid. It does still beep. So you've got to remember that it does still beep if you are
on a campsite
and things. It's not really loud.
Going to the toilet at 3 a.m. Everybody.
Well, yeah. Beep. So it does make a noise. But it is nice if you're using it every day as a normal day van. So again, up to you. For this purpose, I think probably
leave it
not. Now, roof bellows in either glacier blue or strawberry red.
Oh, you got to go red. If you're going to do something jazzy.
For 300 quid, or 336 quid. I think that is such a great way of giving it a bit of a super surprise when you get to the campsite. You know, a nice Ascot grey van arrives, you've got your decent wheels on and everything else, all good. Everyone's thinking, oh, that looks nice. Pop the roof up, wow.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it.
We loved our red roof on our van. And then
what are you flicking
after
past?
that,
Stop flicking up and down.
Sliding windows
Crikey.
and all the usual kind of stuff. So sliding windows doesn't come with nav.
Okay,
but it comes with
probably.
that. Yeah, I'm with you. It comes with App Connect, so you can use your phone on
plug in your phone,
CarPlay and all that kind of stuff. You can obviously have the full touchscreen nav without the buttons and everything. 1,500 quid.
The thing's so blooming flaky. I would steer clear of the tech.
It's not brilliant.
To be fair,
I'd leave that.
Yeah, agreed.
Art Velours seats.
Nice, a lot of money, £1,300. I mean, if you're trying to be budget conscious, just put some covers on it.
Seat covers. Or get it retrimmed later if you really want to.
Yeah.
So probably leave that.
Yeah.
Bed extension, comfort sleeping mat. No, I don't think so. Again, you could pick one of these up second hand if you want to for less than 340 quid.
And it's not comfortable.
Or you just buy a Cedar Summit or a Outdoor Revolution inflatable if you want to. So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Storage netting.
Second drawer.
Second drawer. The second drawer is very useful.
Second drawer's handy if you've got a dog and you want a bit of extra storage for food and treats and all that kind of stuff. It's really convenient. It's 200 quid.
Is that cheaper than retrofitting it?
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably tick this.
Yeah.
For the storage. I think that's really useful. Come on. Extra seat. So in the back, on the rail.
Fifth seat.
We wouldn't buy it because there's only two of us.
It's up to you.
And obviously it's a faff if you want to then use that space and things. And then the rest of this lot is all standard. So normal bed extension, power mirrors, heated washer nozzles. What else do we got in here? Lights, interior lights. Yeah, fabric, normal sun visors, swivel seats. Wood floor.
I did love my wood floor. But it's 500 quid.
All of these things have gone up, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, 500 quid for a wooden floor. It's really nice because you can just wipe it down with some baby wipes or dust it out with a dustpan and stuff, and it gets super clean really quick. But I wouldn't spend that now. I'd go
on this van.
I'd go to Campervan carpets. I'd buy a couple of carpets for the interior.
Yeah.
Whack them down. Forget about it.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's you know they're what, a fifth of the price of that.
Yeah.
Actually,
unless Ali's putting up her prices anytime soon.
Probably. But, you know, I think it's too much.
Yeah, it is too much. Just for a changed floor.
Yeah. 4 keys, up to you if you wanted those. Tyre pressure monitoring direct, so that measures the individual pressures and things. I don't think it's really necessary.
Probably wouldn't
bother. No. Warning, first aid, triangle and stuff. Obviously, you can buy all that later if you wanted to. And then these are all the wheels and tyre options that we talked about. And that's it. You can get rid of your...
what on earth do they mean by that?
It's just...
Who knows?
Yeah, and you could have a tyre repair kit instead of a spare wheel. But, and that's it. So, I think we've been as restrained as we can be, but hopefully would give you a really cool van.
Kept it under 70.
So for under 70,000, I think that is a cracking California.
It is.
I really do.
So the main difference
put some wheels on. And
so the main difference is, though, to an Ocean, as far as we can figure out.
That's a whole different video, that.
I mean, yeah, but the main difference is the roof isn't an electric roof. It's a manual roof, like the beach, which some people actually really want. They want to.
Yeah, they'd prefer that.
They would prefer that rather than having the electric roof.
No warning as standard.
No warning as standard.
You don't get the lane assist or the
kitchen cupboards.
Blind spot monitoring.
Different colour.
Kitchen cupboards different colour. Yeah, I mean there are
two-tones.
There are a few differences.
Nothing horrendously fundamental to it.
Still got you know, the nice things like LED lights are standard on it. A bit less chrome on the front.
When I think how much we paid for the upgraded LED lights on our T6.
Yeah. Oh, they were huge price, weren't they?
Huge amount of money, yeah.
I mean, a bit less chrome on the front, so if you're going to black it out, that might suit you a little bit better. So, nice.
Okay.
Hopefully that's given you a bit of insight as we've gone through just in terms of the the thinking there. But yeah, have a go, and see what you think.
And we're told that you can have one for the summer.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. So
maybe 3 months away, 2-3 months.
Let us know in the comments below if you're thinking about a surf and what kind of spec you've come up with and what colour scheme. Right, of course, feels like it's been a long video. The announcement then.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the announcement is we have finally managed to get around to sorting out our merch shop.
It's only taken us just over a year.
Yeah, and a rebranding and a new logo and everything else. Everything just kept getting in the way, so I'm really sorry about that.
Because you would have seen us over the last year or so. We had the occasional hoodie and things like that with our logo on it. And we explored so many different ways of doing this merchandise.
We just weren't
happy with any of them. The amount of hoodies he ordered that ended up fitting me because the arms were too short and the body was too short or stuff. So we've been really struggling, and the last thing we wanted to do was put a shop live that we weren't happy with the things that came out of it.
Or the sizing, actually, because I ordered a hoodie, it arrived, the arms were here, it was too short on me, Sarah put it on, perfect, and it was definitely not a women's I ordered.
Petite female, you know, I'm 5'1" and a bit, anyway, and it fits me better than it did him. So it was a men's hoodie. We've
got a few bits and bobs. The way that you can access the shop, I'll put the link in the description so you can go to the shop directly online. You should also be able to see it on the bottom of this video as well, because YouTube allow us to put some of our stuff on the bottom. Hopefully that's working for you. It might not work if you're on a TV, but we'll see. Yeah. But we have got a few bits and pieces here. So we've got things like mugs.
I like these because it's got yellow handle and it's got like a yellow rim around it here too, and the logo on the top.
And if you've got a mug, then clearly you're going to want coasters to go with your mug. Yeah. These come as a set of 4. Yeah. We've got 3 different types of sticker, which are on the site as well. So we've got, there's kind of like, there's kind of a matte style sticker there. There's a gloss sticker.
Ooh, it's not getting in focus. There we go. Yeah.
And do that one as well.
No, still not. There we go. That's it.
That's kind of matte, and they do a transparent one as well.
Okay, and are they good for going on the outside?
Yeah, all good. And cushions. If you fancy a cushion, you can always have one. They do come with an inner, and you can have them in different colours.
Is this the inner that came with it?
No.
No.
I put a slightly nicer inner in.
Yeah, the inner was a little bit sad.
Yeah, you might end up going to Dunelm.
Off to Dunhelm.
But you've got
hoodies.
Women's hoodies, men's hoodie.
Fit. It's quite a nice fit.
They're warm.
I'm fairly short. The sleeves aren't too bad at all. The body's quite long, so I'm looking forward to being able to wear it with a pair of leggings. Or something like that, actually.
But we've got t-shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's some teenager stuff on there, and some younger kids stuff on there as well.
Yeah. Exciting.
Is there any other? Oh, there might be a travel mug as well.
Yes, I think there is.
Yeah. Have a look in the shop, see what you think. If there's anything which you're after which isn't in the shop, which you're thinking, oh, they've just clearly missed that, do let us know. Email us or provide a comment down below, and
if you fancy it, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. So have a look, see if you fancy anything. Yeah. Hopefully that's finally got round to launching this shop.
All the news for today.
That's all. Told you it's going to be a bit of a pick and mix, didn't we?
Yeah.
So hopefully you're having happy travels, and
we hope to be joining you soon.
We hope to be joining you soon, because we do have some van news coming soon. Very soon.
Van news.
Yeah. So enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you again soon for some more Campervan Time.